ABC tonight for one simple reason. Instead of work, we must exercise our First Amendment rights by speaking directly to our government.
The suspension happened because the government was upset with a single sentence in a talk show monologue, and their reaction put hundreds of hardworking union members out of work. And this kind of action has a chilling effect. How can any artist, a director, writer, actor, songwriter create art or entertainment while under threat that anything they create might offend someone in the administration? But of course, that's the point of oppression.
And I want to be very clear. This fight is not about one talk show or one network. This is about every single worker, every artist, every union member, every voice that deserves to be heard without bowing to the Trump administration. We know their playbook, whether it was the McCarthy era in this country or autocrats around the globe. They think fear will silence us. But we are here on Hollywood Boulevard in one of the most iconic American sites of entertainment, of free speech and democracy, and we are not going back.
Freedom to speak your mind freely without coercion or intimidation from the government. And it's not only a principle, it is the frickin' law. Last year, the Supreme Court ruled in a unanimous decision that government officials cannot coerce third parties to punish or suppress views that government officials disfavor. And my message at ABC is very simple. You do not yield. Reinstate the Jimmy Kimmel live show. Because what happens when you yield? The bully comes after you again. And now the FCC chair, Brennan Carr, is threatening ABC because he doesn't like political statements made on the ABC show The View. When is this going to stop? ABC, you have a choice. You can continue to be bullied, or you can stand up for yourself, stand up for the First Amendment, and invoke the protections of the First Amendment, an amendment that generations of Americans have given the blood, sweat, and tears to defend. And if you do that, we will be with you.
In front of his wife and kids, you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. Get out of the street. We're not going to let you memorialize a murder of a man. This is pure evil. Pure evil. Pure evil.
Free speech is not a suggestion or a footnote. It's the very First Amendment of the Constitution.
Today is about fighting for and protecting free speech. It's about the freedom of speech. Yes, we know that Jimmy Kimmel expressed his opinion just like he does every night on his show. And the president didn't like it and decided that he was going to do something about it and say something. That is not how America works. That is a dictatorship. That is against the principles of America and free speech that we have long valued in this country. It's time to stand up. It's time for everybody to stand up. Yeah, we are hearing a lot of silence on the other side of the aisle. And Trump has insinuated that there should be other late night hosts that should be removed as well. But protecting our fundamental right to freedom of speech doesn't mean just protecting the speech that you like.
You can't memorialize someone's head. Pure evil. You shot him in the neck in front of his family. Shot him in the neck in front of his family. Pure evil.
I mean, I think there's a response to every attack, and people love to laugh, and that's never going to change, and there's nothing anybody is ever going to be able to do about that.
Gets angry because I put a television in every room in our house. One of the great moments of my life was claiming the 12-inch black and white TV we had.
I saw a version of this show when I first met Jeff like 27 years ago, and it really stuck with me. And every 3 years I tell him, Jeff, you got to bring that back. You got to do something with this. It's such a beautiful story, and I think people will be really surprised by his life story and the depth.
Jimmy Kimmel! Jimmy Kimmel! That's Jimmy Kimmel!
audience for tonight's show, and it's a change because normally.
First Amendment and America should be watching because he said some incredible stuff tonight.
What was the atmosphere like in there?
What was the energy? Electric. It was amazing.
He said the right thing. I think he said the exact perfect thing tonight. He made sure that everybody knew that he was not making fun of the tragedy of Charlie Kirk's murder. And he wanted everybody to make sure that that was not his intent whatsoever. And so he apologized for that, but he did want to make sure that that message was very, very clear. And he praised Charlie Kirk's wife for exhibiting such Christian values, for saying, I forgive the guy that killed my husband. And he says, and that's, at the end of the day, that's what we should all be like. Because he said, that's what Christ would do. So it was a very moving moment. I got very emotional, and so did my wife. But then we went back to hitting at the administration. So, I mean, it was there, and it was very human, and it was very emotional. But then it was back to Jimmy Kimmel.
I mean, it was a little bit more emotional than I expected, actually. And he really just talked about his experience. And I think that was really, really cool and really great because he was near to tears, I think, and really emotional. So I think it came out really real for him as well. So yeah, I think it was great.
Of course, people have said, there's been a whole debate whether or not he should have apologized or not. Did you hear an apology? Did the words sorry come out of his mouth at all?
No, not really. I mean, he really said again that he didn't make a joke about, a murdered person, and really just made a joke about the reaction from Donald Trump, and didn't want to make fun of Charlie Kirk at all. I think he emphasized that more than I thought, but yeah, it was,